have some network
Yeah,
issues.
he's there. He's there.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, Hussain is there.
Sir,
Yeah,
can I rejoin? I have some network issues.
yeah.
My connection is unstable.
Host disabled. Sir, am I the host?
Yeah.
Sir, no, you made my
Yes, you
phone.
are.
Hello,
Wait, wait.
sir.
Then only you can.
Participants.
Then only you can share the screen. Otherwise, how will you share?
Sir, wait.
Priyan,
Make host.
you
Yes. Yeah, wait.
Then when we'll do exams on Zoom or on class group?
Do share
What?
screen.
I did not.
You can't annotate.
yeah, we can't.
We're done.
This was nice.
Good.
But this is already
make host.
made, Razer.
Yeah.
Fix.
Yeah.
Sir, markets around us?
Yeah. Only market. Chapter market around us. Yes.
Okay, unit.
Anyone can tell me about the market little bit?
So which book?
Sir, market is a place where people can start their business and sell something.
Yeah. How many types of markets are there?
There are two.
Vegetable market, fish market, that kind of market.
School market,
Yeah.
cloth market.
Yeah.
Stationery shop,
Stock market.
Very
fish
good.
market,
Very good.
Fish market.
electronics market.
So we will read about all this. Very good.
Sabzi mandi.
Very good. Very good. Now we will read about this.
Supermarket.
Now we will read about these markets. Very good. Okay.
Shop.
Jazeb. No problem, Jazeb. You can join again. No problem. So we will read about the market now, one by one. Anyone has the book?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, I have.
Yeah, I saw the page of Ibad after so many days.
Sir,
Paranula, read the first market, weekly market.
hello, sir. Yes,
Weekly
sir.
market.
Yes, sir. A weekly market is so called because it is held on a specific day of the week. Weekly markets do not have permanent shops. Traders set up shops for the day and then close them up in the evening. Then they may set up a different place in the next day. There are thousands of such markets in India. People come here for their everyday requirements. Many things in weekly markets are available at cheaper rates. This is because when shops are in permanent buildings, they occur in a lot of expenditure.
They incur.
They have to pay rent, electricity, fees to the government. They also have to pay wages to their workers. In weekly markets, the shop's owners store the things they sell at home. Most of them are helped by their family members and hence do not need to hire workers. Weekly markets also have a large number of shops selling the same goods, which means there is competition among them. If some trader were to charge a high price, people would move to another shop where the same thing may be available more cheaply or where the buyer can bargain and bring the price down. One of the advantages of weekly markets is that most things you need are available at one place. Whether you want vegetables, groceries, or cloth items, utensils, all of them can be found here. You do not have to go to different areas to buy different things. People also prefer going to the market where they have a choice and variety of goods.
Very good. Now in the last,
Sir, can I read the next market?
in the last, your voice came. Good one. Yeah, read. Sridhar Yadav. Shop in the neighborhood.
Shops in the neighborhood. We have seen that the weekly markets offer a variety of goods. However, we also buy things from other kinds of markets.
Amazing.
There are many shops that sell goods and services in our neighborhood. We may buy milk from the dairy, groceries from medicines from the other shops. Many of these are permanent shops, while others are roadside stalls, such as that of the vegetable hawker, the fruit vendor, the mechanic, etc. Shops in the neighborhood are useful in many ways. They are near our home and we can go there on any day of the week. Usually, the buyer and seller know each other, and these shops also provide goods on credit. This means that you can pay for the purchase later, as we saw in Sujata's case, for example. You might have noticed that there are different kinds of sellers even in the neighborhood markets. Some of them have permanent shops and others sell their goods on the roadside.
Another market is shopping complexes and malls. Mr.
Sir, can I
Ramesh.
read? Sir, can I do next?
Mr. Ramesh.
Ahmed,
Mr. Ramesh is on the screen. So
Ramesh, read.
Ramesh is not there. Ityas.
Ahmed, can you hear us?
Sir, Ramesh can hear us, but he is not.
Sir,
Sir is laughing.
sir, shopping complexes and malls, marketplaces, weekly markets, and markets in our neighborhood.
He's watching something.
There are other markets in the urban area that have many shops. Sir, should I read
Yeah, read.
this shopping complex and malls?
Sir, send Ramesh in chat.
Shopping complexes and malls. So far, we have seen two kinds of marketplaces: weekly markets and markets in our neighborhood. There are other markets in the urban area that have many shops, popularly called shopping complexes. These days, in many urban areas, you also have large multi-story air-conditioned buildings with shops on different floors known as malls. In these urban markets, you get both branded and non-branded goods. As you have read in the chapter on advertising, branded goods are expensive, often promoted by advertising and claims of better quality. The companies producing these products sell them through shops in the large urban markets and at times through special showrooms. As compared to non-branded goods, fewer people can afford to branded ones. So should I read the chain of markets also?
No. So can I read?
Sir, can I read? Sir, can I read?
Who was saying? Udair. Udair had said.
Sir, can I read?
Read Udair. For so many times you are
Yes,
saying.
sir. Chain of markets. Read about different markets from where we buy goods. From where do you think shop owners produce their goods? Goods are produced in factories.
Produce नहीं है, procure.
Oh, procure their goods. Where do you think shop owners procure their goods? Goods are produced in factories, on farms, and in homes. However, we don't buy directly from the factory or from the farm. nor would the producers be interested in selling a small quantity such as 1 kilo of vegetable or one plastic mug. The people in between the producer and the final consumer or the traders. The wholesale trader first buys goods in large quantities. For example, the vegetable wholesale trader will not buy a few kilos of vegetables, but will buy in large lots of 25 to 100 kilos. These will then be sold to other traders in these markets. Buying and selling takes place between traders. It is through these links of traders that goods reach faraway places. The trader who finally sells this to the consumer is the retailer. This could be a trader in a weekly market, a hawker in the neighborhood, or a shop in a shopping complex. We can understand this with the help of the following examples. Every city has areas for wholesale markets. This is where goods first reach and are then supplied to other traders. The roadside hawker from whom you read about earlier would have purchased a large quantity of plastic items from a wholesale trader in the town. He in turn might have bought these from another, even bigger wholesale trader in the city. The city wholesale trader would have bought a large quantity of plastic items from the factory and stored them in a go down. In this way, a chain of markets is set up. When we purchase, we may not be aware of the chain of markets through which these goods travel before they're finished.
Very just. Then market everywhere.
So can I read?
Adil, yeah, Adil. Okay.
Market everywhere. So far, we have seen different marketplaces where people buy and sell a variety of goods and services. All these markets are in a specific locality and work in a particular manner and time. However, it is not always necessary that one has to go to the market to purchase goods. You can place orders for a variety of things through the phone and these days through the internet. And the goods are delivered at your home. In clinics and nursing homes, you may have noticed sales representatives waiting for doctors. Such persons are also engaged in the selling of goods. Thus, buying and selling takes place in different ways, not necessarily through shops in the market. The markets that we looked at above are the ones that we recognize easily. However, there are markets that we may not be so aware of. This is because a large number of goods are brought and sold that we don't use directly. For example, a farmer uses fertilizer to grow crops that he purchases from special shops in the city and they in turn get them from factories. A car factory purchases engine, gears, petrol tanks, axles, wheels, etc. from various other factories. We don't usually see all the buying and selling, but only the final product, the car in the showroom. The story is similar for any other good.
Sir, can I read?
Who is this?
Sir Devansh.
Devan, yeah.
Sir, okay, I'll do after Devansh.
Okay.
In this chapter, we have shop owners in a weekly market and those in a shopping complex. They are very different people. One is a small trader with little money to run the shop, whereas the other is able to spend a lot of money to set up the shop. They also earn unequal amounts. The weekly market trader earns little compared to the profit of a regular shop owner in a shopping complex. Similarly, buyers are differently placed. There are many who are not able to afford the cheapest of goods while others are busy shopping in malls. Thus, whether we can be buyers or sellers in these different markets depends, among other things, on the money that we have. We have also examined the chain of markets that is formed before goods can reach us. It is through the chain that what is produced in one place reaches people everywhere. When things are sold, it encourages production and new opportunities are created for people to earn. However, do they offer equal opportunities? We will try to understand this through the story of a shark in the next chapter.
Market around us.
Sir, it's such a small chapter.
Yeah. So now there are different types of market as you have read now. So the first market is the weekly market. Ramesh Raja is seeing something on the video.
Yes, sir. He's looking at something.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you seeing some movie, something else?
Yes, sir.
Or cartoon?
Can you hear
Doesn't
us?
even notice.
You're watching something.
I think so.
Now,
He
now
left.
leave it now.
completed
Now
video.
the first market is the weekly market. As by the name,
On YouTube.
as by the name you can understand weekly market. That means that takes place once in a week or maybe twice in a week.
I just put Ramesh in waiting room.
So this weekly market is not a permanent shop. It takes place once in a week or twice in a week only. That's why it is known as the weekly market. Now there are the traders who are opening their shop in the morning, selling their goods, and then close up in the evening and go back to their house with the goods. So they don't have the permanent shops. One day they are having that shop somewhere, another day in another locality, other day some other place. So weekly market means a weekly market which held on a specific day of the week, maybe Friday, here it takes place on Friday, in some place on Tuesday, in some place on Monday it takes place. Then next day they set up the shop in different place. And there are thousands of such weekly markets taking place all over India, once in a week. And people come from everywhere to sell to get their everyday requirement, because here the goods are cheap and they can bargain also, and they can purchase small quantity also. So here they can get small quantity, they can bargain and get the cheap price. All the goods of their requirement are available there, so many people comes there to purchase goods from the weekly market. And many things are available at the cheaper rate, because they don't have the permanent building. Because if they have the permanent building, they have to pay the rent, they have to pay the electricity bill, they have to pay to the laborers, then they have to make the shop decorated, good shop, AC will be there, so he has to spend the money on the shop. But here, because they are putting it temporary shops and in the evening closing it and going back to their house with their goods, so they don't have to spend on all these things. So that's why the goods are cheap at that place. Because if they have a permanent job, a lot of expenditure will be there. They have to pay the wages to their workers, everything. Here they don't have to do anything, they are doing themselves only. The person who are selling their goods, they store their goods at their home. Sometimes they at their home only, and their family members are helped them to sell the goods or to take the goods to the market or everywhere. If you go to the weekly market, you must have gone to the weekly market. India here also on Friday. You will find that there were a large number of shops selling the same goods. Many shops are there who are selling the same goods, but the rate will be different. But you can bargain, because if they sell at higher price, you can go to the other shop and purchase there from low price. So that's why bargaining is there. You can bargain with them and get the very good item at a very cheap rate.
In bigger malls we can't bargain because
Yeah,
they
you can't
are
bargain.
fixed, right? The
So,
prices.
Because if,
Some shops there are written fixed price, no
Yeah, yeah.
bargaining.
We will come to that also.
Yeah, but still people will bunk it.
Because yeah, same thing is available. Yes, same thing is available in many shops. So they cannot charge the high price because he knows that when if he charge the high price, other will be selling at the lower rate. The people will go there and buy the goods from there. So as a result of this competition, they keep the rate low so that everybody could buy. No one can go to the other shop and buy from there. So you can do the bargain also. They are ready to bargain also. So end result is that you get sometimes you get the very good item at a very cheap rate which you cannot find in the market. Sometimes you can buy from the weekly market. And bargaining is there, so you can bring the more price down. Other advantage for the people is that you get everything there. The weekly market, from a small thing to the bigger thing, everything you can find this weekly market, so you don't have to go to other shops to buy that goods. So that's why most of the people are coming to the weekly market and purchasing the goods, because all the things, clothes, utensils, vegetables, groceries, everything you will find there in the weekly market. So you don't have to go to different shop to buy different goods. At one place only you are getting all the goods and at cheaper price than the market. So people prefer to go this weekly market and purchase the goods from there for a week, a variety of goods for a week. So next week when the market will be there, they can purchase again. So that's why these weekly markets are going on everywhere. Thousands of markets are there in India who takes place weekly. One day in one locality, another day on the other locality, sometime on the other locality. Every week they are moving from one place to another to have the shop. Now other shops in neighborhood, in India mostly. Here also you can find, but in India you will find a shop nearby your house. Some persons open the shop in their house only and they are selling the goods in the locality.
Sir, one of my relatives does that.
So there are many shops that sell goods and services in our neighborhoods.
Sir, I made an online store for my uncle's Greek farm.
Yeah. So you can buy dairy, groceries from department store, stationery, eatables and medicine from other shops. Many of these shops are permanent shops, while others are roadside stalls, such as that of vegetable hawker, food vendor or the mechanic, etc. But the shops in neighborhood are very useful. If a shop is there in your neighborhood, you are lucky man, lucky person. Because
I have two shops in my neighborhood.
Because at any time, if you need a you can go to there and purchase things. If a gas comes and milk is finished, you can go to this market and find and get the milk because it is nearby your house. A walking distance you can run and bring from there. If some emergency arises and something is not there, you can run there and bring that thing. If it is night, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and someone comes and you have need that good, you can go there and ask the owner of the shop to open the shop and give the good, because he knows you very well. Because he also living in the same locality which you are living. So he knows your parents, he knows everyone. So in the late night also, if you go, he will open the shop and give you the good. He will not refuse. Another advantage is that if you don't have the money, then also he will give you the good and say, okay, no problem, give afterwards. Sometimes they give on credit also. You purchase the goods and at the end of the month, give them the money for the whole month. So no need to carry money every time to pay him. Take the goods, he will write in the notebook, and in the end he will give you the amount you have to pay and you pay him. So neighborhood shops are useful. Because if you don't have the money, you cannot suffer. You can buy the goods from there and give the money when you get the salary or you get the money. So because he knows you very well, he knows that you will not run away anywhere because you are living there permanently for 10 years, 20 years. So he is rest assured that you will not run with his money. You will get the money whenever you will have the money. Or he can come to your house and ask for the money at the end of the month. So that's why this credit is given by the neighborhood market. That's why this neighborhood markets are very important. And those who are having a neighborhood market in India here are very lucky man because they can get anytime, anything, anytime. Even if you call him on phone, he will give you at your house because he is nearby your house, so he will come and give you. No problem. If your mother is there only all alone, so she can call and he will give you at the home because he knows you very well. You can also go there, uncle, I want this. He will give you and not ask for the money. He will say, beta, pay after. You will say, uncle, I don't have the money now. He will say, beta, take the goods and give the money when the money comes. No problem. So that's why this shop in neighborhood are very important to role to play now. Because we can get daily goods from there whenever need arises. Salt finishes, you can run there and ask for the salt, he will give you the salt also. So emergency there, you can get the goods from neighborhood. If you don't have the money, you can have the goods from the neighborhood. Sometimes it is permanent in their house, only they have made the shop, or sometimes on the roadside they are sitting. Hawkers are there who are selling vegetables and other things on the road. In our neighborhood also, if you know, there are different types of sellers in our neighborhood. Some have permanent shops, others have their goods on the roadside only. You will find different types of shops in the neighborhood also. Neighborhood means in the locality in where you are living, especially in India. Because in a locality you will find different types of shops, 5 or 6 shops, neighborhood shops. There medicine and this and that and that.
So the meeting is
Everything
ending.
you will get there whenever there is emergency. So that was the thing. Now class is going to end within a minute. Less than a minute is there. So thank you very much. Next class. When is the next class?
So next class is tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow or Thursday?
No, sir, on Thursday.
Sir, Thursday.
Yes, sir. Thursday.
Thursday will be a test on Google Classroom.
So 10:40 to 11:20.
Yeah, test will be there on Google Classroom. So ready and send your email ID. You have not sent the email ID.
Sir,
Okay, sir.